You guys might have come across this emu is a parrot theory going around lately. When I first saw it, I thought, okay, another break week meme. But what's all this about? Does it actually hold any weight? Or is it just some massive gig the fandom is playing on itself? Welcome back to KamiSama V. If you are new here, hit subscribe because today we are diving deep into this theory to see what it actually means. Oda's ultimate masterstroke. Let's break it down, starting with where it all began. This whole theory blew up in the Korean One Piece community just a couple of weeks ago. It started with a simple, almost stupidly funny visual edit. Take Imu's iconic terrifying silhouette. Now just draw a curved beak right below the eyes. Suddenly, the entire design shifts. That absurdly tall, spiked crown, it looks exactly like a cockatoo's crest. The incredibly long, dragging robe, folded tail feathers, the distinct glowing red rings for eyes. That concentric circle pattern is very common in avian species, especially parrots. And where does Emu live? In the room of flowers, a glass enclosed sanctuary filled with butterflies and plants, completely cut off from the outside world. Basically, the most luxurious birdcage ever built. But visuals alone aren't enough for a real theory. This is Oda we are talking about. So let's look at the language. Emu uses the unique first person pronoun mu. The Japanese word for king is o. Combine the two, king, mu, and you get omu. What does omu mean in Japanese? It literally translates to parrot. Now think about what a parrot does. It repeats what it hears. Is Emu's name just a parrot repeating the word mu because that's what someone used to call it? And speaking of pirates, One Piece is the ultimate pirate story, yet Oda has largely avoided the most classic pirate trope of all time. A legendary pirate needs two animal companions, a monkey and a parrot. If Joy Boy, the very first pirate, is the monkey representing freedom, chaos and laughter, then who is the parrot? This is where the theory actually connects to real world mythology, specifically the Mayan creation story, the Popol Vuh. In this myth, there is a supernatural bird called Seven Macaw. A macaw is a type of parrot. Seven Macaw falsely declares himself to be the sun and the moon, ruling over the world with his shining eyes and impressive appearance. But he is a false god, ruling only during the time before the real sun arrives. Sound familiar? Emu sits on the empty throne acting as a divine ruler in the dark. But Luffy, who has the power of Nika, the sun god, is the true sun bringing the dawn of the world. Emu could literally represent Seven Macaw, the false light that must be defeated before the real sun can rise. And this leads us to the most poetic part of the entire theory. How is Seven Macaw defeated in the myth? Huh? He is shot out of a tree with blowgun by a trickster hero. If Emu is a giant immortal parrot claiming to be a god, what is the most traditional weapon used to hunt birds? A slingshot. We all know the running joke that Usopp's lies eventually come true. What if the final decisive blow against the false god of the world isn't landed by Luffy's giant fist, but by the bravest warrior of the sea, Usopp, sniping the bird out of the sky? If you look at the thematic contrast, it's flawless. Luffy and Nika represent pure imagination, creating things out of nothing. A parrot represents pure mimicry, only repeating what has already been done. Freedom versus control, the monkey versus the parrot. Maybe this explains why Gol D laughed so hard at Laugh Tale. If the epic 800-year holy war that saved the entire world is just a distorted feud between a pet monkey and a pet parrot who outlived their master, it's a joke so absurd you have no choice but to laugh. Is it just a gig, or is Oda cooking a 5-star meal right under our noses? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to KamiSama V and share this with your crew. Until next time, stay curious and keep sailing.